Back in the locker room with Tunch and Wolf, and joining us right now, a very distinguished guest from Pine Richland High School, three-sport letterman, baseball, cross country, and wrestling. Outstanding student and involved in just about every community thing you can be involved in. Derek Schleiden. Derek, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me here.
Derek, very cool ring. You want to tell us about the ring that's on your finger that's catching our eye?
This is our state and whippeal ring for baseball from this past spring. It's got the state championship on there. It's got the whippeal championships all 3 years. They're all engraved in there, name and everything like that.
Well, Derek, you're a three-sport guy. I don't get I get cross country and wrestling because one will feed the other. Right. But baseball, how does that work in there?
Baseball's for fun.
Yeah.
The other two are grueling sports.
That's true. That's a very good point by you.
Baseball's probably my first love. Wrestling, I always enjoyed it. My brother got into it, and cross country is a great feeder program into that, and I enjoy all the guys on it.
So if you had your druthers, all right, you could be state champion in baseball, which you've been, or state champion wrestler, or state champion in cross country. Which one?
Well, I already got the baseball, so
if
it weren't to repeat, definitely I think would go with wrestling, just because it's a very much individual, glorified thing. That's the best you can do in wrestling.
What's the draw on cross country? Because I cannot, for the life of me, understand why anybody would want to run for a very long time.
Wolf would only do it if there were concession stands along the way. We're going to jog down to the pizza place, then we're going to run to the Euros place.
I mean, come on, that's a lot.
Ice cream.
That's a lot of running.
Yep, it's definitely that our sport is every sport's punishment, and it's just a determination thing. It's kind of like, all right, I have to run this, I have to run these kind of times for the miles, so let's see if I can do it.
It's interesting when you're running cross country. Obviously, going back to the book "Loneliness of the Long Distance Runner," in your mind, do you have to play games? Are you saying the more I
Forrest Gump here?
Well, no, but he's a wrestler. The more I die now, the less I die in wrestling. Derek, slap him down. Feel free.
No, he's a little bit bigger than that. I don't want to go poking any comments.
Respect
like
your
that.
elders there.
Exactly. But
plus he's awful close to you.
Yeah. But you got to focus through the whole race. If you start to little associations with mind and kind of forget things, you lose your paces and things like that. So it works against you if you don't focus.
Now, one of the things that I noticed is that you were named the Eagle Scout for the entire state of Pennsylvania. Talk a little bit about going up through the ranks of being an Eagle Scout.
The Wolf got kicked out of the Cub Scouts, just so you know.
You know what? I snacked a little too much.
Well, we have a great organization. I'm in Troop 653. Mitch Evans is our scoutmaster there, and a real motivated guy. Helps us out, work up through tenderfoot to obviously Eagle. You do a lot of merit badges and work on a lot of things, and eventually I did American Legion Eagle Scout project where I helped renovate the building there. I put up a partition wall and some cabinets so they could put their trophies on and things like that. My contact was Bob Munhall from the American Legion there. He motivated, said, this is kind of what we want done, take it and run with it. So,
Derek, you're involved in so much. You're a great student, your church youth group, Eagle Scout, a lot of, whether it's a naval club or a Coast Guard Academy club. How do you make time for all? Do you have a social life?
Definitely have a social life. I like to go out with my friends and everything. But you just end up prioritizing. So the summer I spent most of it at, like you said, the Naval Academy and Coast Guard Academy. But ended up still having some fun, getting back, do a little baseball in the summer and things like that.
Now, Derek, you've got a brother at the Air Force Academy. You've attended both the Naval and the Coast Guard Academies in the summer. It was a summer orientation.
Yes.
Okay. So where's that put you now? Yeah, obviously you're heading off to, you're heading towards an academy, a service academy. So what's your choice?
The service academies are all equally great and renowned. I honestly couldn't pick one over the other. I think it would just be awesome to be accepted into one of them, anyone.
So you're going to apply to all three of them?
Yes, all four actually.
That's right, Coast Guard, West Point, Naval, and Air Force. That's very. Would it be cool for you to go to school with your brother, or would you actually rather be away from him?
I'd actually like to go to school with him. He would actually be one of the cadre for me. So that first year, he'd be the guy that gets the pick on me. So
Yeah,
it'd be interesting.
See, my son goes to West Point.
See, I thought you were going to start recruiting. I was wondering if you were going to start recruiting them.
Yeah, I'm just trying. I'm fascinated to listen to it because it's really.
Don't let them slip away.
It really is a calling. When you talk to young men and women that go to these academies, a lot of them, they definitely have a feeling of a service, that it's something that kind of calls to them. Is that something that you feel?
Definitely. All my family members on my dad's side have served one way or another in their country, and it's just great to have that kind of veteran support, and it's just a little initiative to show some determination to serve.
Derek, how do your buddies respond to you? I mean, you are involved in so many things and so many worthwhile things. Do your buddies kind of go, oh, Derek, how do you get it done? Or do they go, man, or do they just, you're just Derek, I don't care what you're doing on your...
Exactly, just more like that, just kind of laid back, you're doing what you got to do, so.
How important is it to you as, obviously you've done so many cool things to impact others?
I try to give back, like with the troop as an Eagle Scout, I can help mentor some younger kids to come up through, and they can look at what I did for my project to get ideas for theirs. And every once in a while, if you see some little younger wrestlers in the Pee Wee program or baseball players, helps out if you can just talk to them and just kind of say, hey.
Well, the neat thing about it is that you're involved, and you get some juice out of getting involved in mentoring and bringing along younger athletes. And now you're also, I mean, the thought of serving in the service academies to me is just absolutely terrific. After seeing Kyle, my son being there, and what it means, it truly is, it's a calling, and it's not for everybody, that's for sure.
Well, we have an award that we give to a student athlete or coach every week, and it's Tunch and Wolf's Locker Room Leader Award, and it's for those who are impacting the community, and it is brought to us by Dodge, Chrysler, and Jeep. And Derek, it really is a pleasure for us to give you our Locker Room Leader Award for all you've done in the community. And you know what? I almost don't. I mean, I was reading a list of the number of awards this guy gets. It's like this, But humbly, we give this to you, Derek. We thank you.
To have it.
We thank you, and we wish you the best as your cross-country season comes to an end, and as you get ready for wrestling.
Thank you for your service to your fellow man.
Right. Thanks, Derek. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more stuff right here in the locker room.